I'm not. Tell me, what is it? What's it about?
We'll get into that. It's very interesting about what's going on in the NBA these days.
That's a great tease. The people will be locked in. Meanwhile, I don't know if you've heard, LaVar Ball had some comments about LeBron's son. LeBron heard those comments while here in Los Angeles and commented essentially saying, "You've been warned, keep my children's name out of your mouth." Basically, it's dad to dad, don't bring my family into this. LaVar Ball on First Take earlier, the show that precedes ours, and he didn't back down. Let's take a listen.
Anytime you talk about somebody's kids, people get real touchy. Okay, that was my opinion on what I felt about it. Somebody asked me a question about that. I just didn't come out and say, well, you know what? I think my boys are going to be better than LeBron James boys. I don't care what he does with his family. Let him do what he going to do. But for him to say he warned me and keep words out of my mouth, you talking to the wrong dude. I'm going to say whatever I want to say and ain't nobody going to do nothing. Come do something.
You know good and damn well you have no business mentioning your name in the same breath as Michael Jordan. You know your son at this point ain't on Steph Curry's level. You know too much about basketball.
Why are you not on his level?
No,
Who said so?
Not yet. Not yet.
You want them to play
Not yet.
one-on-one?
Excuse me? Let me ask you a question. Would your son get money playing one-on-one? No, he's going to play 5-on-5.
Exactly.
So we're talking about him.
Talking about
all right then.
5-on-5.
So if you're talking about 5-on-5,
yes.
if you're talking about marketing your son and making money because your son is so great, then I don't want to hear one-on-one.
You know what I
out
should
of your
do?
mouth.
I should bag up and let everybody else make the money off my son. And when they finish, give them back to me.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that. Joined now by Stephen A. Smith. So obviously I wasn't able to see the entire interview, but it's blowing up all over social. When you said, I'm not mad at that, what were you not mad at?
Well, I'm not mad at the fact that he's clearly playing to the marketability of his children, and he's not being apologetic about that. He's making it very, very clear that in this day and age, there's a plethora of corporations, individuals, hanger-ons, whomever, that try to make money off the children all the time. Whether it's the sports leagues themselves, whether it's the NCAA, whether it's AAU and beyond, everybody is finding a way to exploit to these kids. He's like, these are my children. These are my sons. You know, I trained them. I helped them get to this point. And I'm putting the world on notice that their talents ain't going to be any less free than anybody else's.
Right.
And I respect that. That is honesty. Would I go about doing it the way that he's done it? Absolutely not. That's not my style. That's not the style of a lot of people. But I met him for the first time doing First Take.
Right.
And we spoke after. And he knows what he's doing. So, again, that's his style. I respect it. He's confident in how he's raised his kids, that it's not going to be to their detriment. I can respect where it's coming from. Would I do it that way? No. But talking to him and understanding that there is a method to the madness,
of course.
I can't hate it.
Yeah.
And he's very honest about it,
Yeah.
non-apologetic about it. And in that regard, again, everybody's got their style. He's got his.
There is a method to the madness, and you can't make everybody understand that, and he knows it. But when he was on the show, I said to him, what you're doing reminds me in a very boisterous way of Richard Williams. He wasn't the first dad to say my daughters will be, or my kids will be the greatest at. But Richard was really quiet about it.
Well, you would know that better than me because you were covering tennis.
Yeah.
What I would say to you is that even when Richard wasn't quiet, it was after the greatness of Venus and Serena was cemented. My issue with LaVar Ball, particularly before he came on the show, and I had an opportunity to talk to him more extensively about it, my issue was your sons haven't arrived yet. Two of them were, eliminated playing high school ball, if I remember correctly, just recently. I think UCLA is going to lose tomorrow night to Kentucky. Sorry to say, because I know you're a Bruin, but I believe they're going to lose tomorrow night. I wouldn't mind if they won, but I think they're going to lose to Kentucky. What I'm saying is I don't know what Lonzo Ball is going to do on the next level. I believe in him. I believe he has that capability, but I'm just saying you cutting a lot of checks. Your sons are going to have to cash, not you. And he's like, wait a minute, but there's money to be made before, and I'm not going to miss out on that.
Right.
And he's saying that as plain as day, and I can't hate on that.
I don't have a problem with that, but I want to talk to you about the issue that whenever we see him on TV, people are like, why? He just is so much. He's doing the most. We don't like him. What is it about him that a father promoting his children, being in his kids' life, especially a black father, holding them down, why does that turn so many people off in terms of how he's going about it?
It turns people off, which is what I told him in fairness to him, to his face. It turns people off because it appears to be more about him than the kids. When you're like him talking about he'll beat Michael Jordan one-on-one, what that got to do with Lonzo? Him talking about my son is better than Steph Curry right now. That might be about Lonzo. Him talking about what his kids are going to do and how he's going to command $1 billion. Yeah, that's somewhat about his kids, but it's more about him and what he is going to demand as a father. So the issue that people have had with him has nothing to do with his children. It has everything to do with the fact that they believe he's making it about him. And I told him flat out, my concern with him is that the world that we're living in, social media and beyond, everybody's got a camera phone. Because you're making yourself such a target, they can't touch you because you're a grown man with nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But they could go after innocent kids because we know how malicious this world is.
Sure.
His response was very interesting. I know how I raised my kids. I know how they conduct themselves. And I know how they will handle themselves. I'm not worried about anything people are going to say because that's all it's going to be. Talk. My children know how to conduct themselves, and they will always be upstanding. I respect that as a parent.
And it's true. His son is the most quietly confident kid you'll ever meet, and they'll say that. The Bruins say it all the time. He doesn't have that arrogance about him. It's a quiet confidence.
Well, my response to that would be, that may all be true.
Yeah.
But the world that we're living in is so
May not
vicious.
agree with that.
People lie on kids all the time.
Okay.
There's no code of ethics anymore where you're like, their kids, leave them alone. People bother kids now.
They do.
Grown folk bother kids now. And so why make them more of a target because you're opening your mouth as their daddy? That's my take.
Okay.
But I do respect what he told me when we spoke.
Let me ask you this. After meeting him, talking to him on camera and off camera.
He's likable.
Super likable.
Yes.
Do you think he's doing it for himself? Because I don't.
No, I think it's for all of them. I think it's for himself too. He's no innocent bystander.
Yeah, no, but I don't think he's just like,
definitely
look at me.
Yes, there is some
Do you
of that
think
in
he's
there.
like, it's mostly me or it's the kids?
no,
He cares about his kids.
Well, there's no question he loves his kids. He's their daddy, and he seems to be a great, great father. But there's no question that some of it is for him. That is undeniable. In the end, what we have to ask ourselves is he wrong? Is he wrong when he says the NCAA makes money off of kids? The leagues are going to make money off of kids. Why can't I? Is he wrong with that? The answer is no. Would I do it the way he's doing it?
No.
Hell no.
Yeah.
But I got to respect that he's very transparent with what he's doing and very unapologetic. And in a world where people are liars and they're all about being politically correct and beyond, it is a bit refreshing to hear somebody stand up and say,
What do you mean?
It's going to be and it's okay.
What do you mean it's refreshing to hear someone give their opinion unfiltered, Stephen A? What do you mean by that? I don't even know you that you do such a thing.
Well, of course I do it, but everybody's not Stephen A. So that's what it is.
Quick, wait, I forgot to ask you. Is he wrong? Can you beat Jordan one-on-one?
Of course he's wrong. Which is nonsense. LaVar, listen, there's two things. First of all, there's a couple of things. LaVar Ball would not have beaten Michael Jordan. LaVar Ball would not have beaten Charles Barkley. And LaVar Ball, I made sure to get his number because I told him I'm going to be texting him tomorrow night. He talked about he ain't even waiting. He don't even want to see his sons during the tournament until the Final Four. He ain't even thinking about it because they're going to the Final Four. Well, Lonzo Ball better show up because his daddy has cut some checks that Lonzo is going to have to cash. He's got the skill set to do it. I love what I see from Lonzo Ball. He's a big-time player. He's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft, maybe number 1 depending on which team gets the number 1 overall pick. But it does not negate the fact that right now he's under pressure because his daddy has been chirping a bit too much. And I say that affectionately again. I like LaVar now.
That's your buddy.
But well, he ain't my I don't know him, but I like him. I like him. He's honest and he's unapologetic, and I can respect that. But his son has got to show up. We will see what he does.
Go back and watch that. I know you just got off air, but you got to watch that split screen, y'all. Entertaining television.
He's crazy. LaVar's crazy.
Okay.
I say that affectionately.
Okay.
The brother is crazy. But it's all right. It's all right.
First Take in LA, Stephen A., the host, joining us here on Coast to Coast. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.
David, back to you.
All right, Carrie, we got a college basketball coach's perspective on this. LaVar Ball has certainly raised the profile of his son. He's raised the marketability of his son.
So is UCLA.
As Stephen A. put it, though, put a little bit of pressure on his son as well. Maybe steal some of the attention. I don't know. What is it? Is he good or bad for Lonzo at this point in Lonzo's life?
Look, I think he's a great dad because the way Lonzo carries himself
Yes,
is so impressive. The poise, his character. He's a terrific teammate. He plays the game the right way. I mean, he is really impressive. To me, is he putting pressure on the kid? I don't think he's putting pressure on the kid because the kid, you know what? That's who his dad's been his whole life. That's who he is. But for him to say that, everyone's getting over on his son, UCLA is giving him a stage. UCLA's put him on a platform. So, if he just wanted to go make money, you know what? Don't go to UCLA. Go overseas. Go make money. Start your marketing there. But, look, he's Kris Jenner. To me, that's what he is. He's a reality show. LaVar Ball is Kris Jenner. He's a reality show waiting to happen. And the kid just happens to be along with it. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
He's talking about the $1 billion contract for the shoes for all 3 sons. We know one commodity, all right? Lonzo Ball is a big-time player that's going to be a top 3 draft pick. The other kids, they're high school players that didn't win a state championship. I mean, let's not put them in the same category. They are ifs.
They're pretty good players.
They're nice players. They're nice players. Okay. I mean, a young kid probably a little bit better than the middle child, but they're good players. But they're high school players. Let's not. Hey, we thought Lenny Cook was a great player way back in the day when he and LeBron were coming out of high school. He never played a day in the NBA. So let's not fast forward and put all 3 of them in that same category. We know Lonzo can play at an elite level and help elevate a team, create an epidemic of passing, be a great teammate. The other 2 guys are just high school players, but he's using the system. We've given him a platform, and you know what? He's a brilliant marketeer. Thank goodness the kid is grounded.
Yep. It seems like it's working for them right now. Okay, looking forward to seeing Lonzo and UCLA against Kentucky tomorrow night.
Okay, get it now. Pop it out. There you go, all day.
I'm going to tell you right now before you see it, UCLA going to win the NCAA championship, and you think I'm playing. Lonzo should be number 1 because he's the only player in the draft that can make everybody else around him better. He's better than Steph Curry to me. LaVar is exploiting his kids. What the hell do you think UCLA is doing? We going to get $1 billion. Trust and believe that. I've told my boys this. Somebody got to be better than Michael Jordan. Why not you? And Michael Jordan too light in the tail. He needs help to guard me. You can't guard me no one-on-one. Barkley don't want to see me. He's too big. He better stay behind them TNT and eat them donuts. I've always been the same. It's just y'all follow me with cameras now. Let's go!
All I gotta say is it's about damn time you came to First Take. LaVar Ball in the house, thank you so much for being here with us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I want to start with you on the comments about LeBron's son not living up to expectations, and you didn't back down on those comments. Were you surprised at how upset he was?
No, because like I said, anytime you talk about somebody's kids, people get real touchy. Okay, that was my opinion on what I felt about it. Somebody asked me a question about that. I just didn't come out and say, well, you know what? I think my boys are going to be better than LeBron James boys. I don't care what he does with his family. Let him do what he going to do. But for him to say he warned me and keep words out of my mouth, you talking to the wrong dude. I'm going to say whatever I want to say, and ain't nobody going to do nothing. Come do something.
You don't think it was too personal, though?
It wasn't personal. I didn't say his kid was like, oh, man, he sucks. He's not going to be that. I was just saying, show me a superstar athlete that had a son that was better than him. Or I'm talking about a superstar. I ain't talking about no regular player.
Usually doesn't work that way.
It never
Usually
works that way.
Bobby Bonds is the dad, and Barry Bonds is the kid, Ken Griffey Sr., all-stars is the dad, and the superstar is the kid. But in this case, so I understand where you're coming from, and I've defended you a lot on TV recently.
Yes,
I like the
you,
fact
Max.
that, thank you. I like the fact that you have a big imagination,
Right.
and you don't put limits on your kids. You
Exactly.
and now all of a sudden that they've gotten there, now everyone's criticizing you. Somehow they got there somehow. It's not like they did it all by themselves. So I've been defending you. But in this case, if someone asks you a question about someone else's kids, isn't the right thing to say, whether or not you have a point, that the kid has a lot of potential? In other words, you say nice things about the other guy's kid who's still a kid.
I said, I'm not even worried about the boy's 12 years old.
Right.
Who knows what he's going to do? Make me...
But shouldn't somewhere there be how you're rooting for him? Because he's a 12-year-old kid. He will hear these quotes.
I'm not rooting for him. I don't know him. So I'm not rooting for him. Let his daddy root for him. I root for my son. You root for your son.
Sure. Why are those two things mutually exclusive?
His son is out there, my son is out there. People going to either talk good or bad about him.
But your son is about to go into the NBA, might win a national championship. Knock wood, I picked him
he's going to win a national championship.
And his kid is 12 years old.
Yes, that's why I really don't care about his kid. He got to worry about his own kid. Now, if I say something about your kid, it was my opinion. That's not saying that my word is the final word, but my word is the final word in my family.
But this is the kind of thing where people will say, okay, I hear this from people when I argue with them. Yeah, we'll give him credit. He does have a big imagination. He did get his kid to a certain place. But he's wrapped up in himself to the point where he doesn't have the perspective that, hey, that's a 12-year-old kid. Maybe say something nice or not at all.
Well, I'm always going to say something, whether it be nice or mean. You can take it how you want it. Now, if you're touchy and you take it in a bad way, that's on you. It's in a good way that, hey, make him better than you. And you know what? When he is better than you or whatever, I don't care.
This guy's a
Y'all finished? Mm-hmm. Y'all finished? Mr. Ball, good seeing you, man. You know, your sons look phenomenal. Lonzo looks like he's going to be special. And nobody's up here questioning you in terms of what you've done as a father. That's not to be questioned. It's admirable. But I would ask you this question. We heard the comments about Jordan one day. We heard Barkley another day. You know, I get your point about LeBron and the kids and all of that stuff, even though I agree with LeBron to some degree. But my question to you would be, what do you say when people like myself and others listen to your comments and we say, that doesn't seem to be about your kids. It seems to be about you. That your sons, Lonzo is spectacular, and LeAngelo and LaMelo, they're going to be spectacular, it appears. But it appears to be more about you than about them. And you're not thinking about that and how that could potentially have a negative effect on them. What do you say to that?
It's not going to be a negative effect because I feel that everybody has their own opinion. What I mean by that is I don't have to make it about me. Those are my boys. So the thing is, if everybody's looking at Lonzo play, don't worry about me. I'm not even on the court. But they say, the guy tells me, he says, man, you know what? You're bigger than your son's playing. That's because you're watching the wrong thing. Now, negativity sells. Nobody don't want to hear all this good stuff.
No, that's accurate.
So Lonzo good as heck, but I got the big mouth. So everybody want to quiet me up. But guess what? It ain't gonna happen. And they saying I'm making it about me. I don't have to have it. It don't have to be about me. I got everything I want. I'm going to generate this wealth around my boys where he won't be in that 70% where you say, oh, them kids are broke. I'm not doing this for me. I got everything I want. So I'm doing this specifically for my boys. I'm going to build this empire, and guess what? Folks don't like that.
I'm not mad at that, but I'm not letting you get away with that. And here's what I mean.
Talk to me.
You know, probably just as well, if not better than I do, that because of your mouth and because you're going to speak your mind and because you're going to say what you're going to say, even if you're right, you know what people are going to target. They're going to target your boys. And I'm not talking about just basketball, because when I spoke on First Take, the thing that I have a concern about, they're still kids. And as a result, your son could be totally innocent of anything. We live in a world of social media. Everybody got a camera. They're going to lie. They're going to speculate. They're going to put out stuff. It could be anything. And your sons could end up being harmed because somebody is targeting you because they don't like your mouth. What do you say to that?
What I say, that's why you lift weights. You want to harm me? Go ahead. But like I said, it's just
not talking about they ain't gonna come at you like, but they're not gonna come at you like that.
Yes, they ain't gonna come at me like that. And this is what I tell my boy. Whatever I say is what I say. Two things that's going on right here. I know what my boy's about, and he knows what I'm about. And we ain't scared of nothing. So if you want to come at me or my boys, we will be prepared. So I'm not worried about that. My son know how I am.
I'm saying you don't. But I'm not talking about. I mean, obviously the media.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about. Blogosphere. People in the street. You don't worry about any of that.
Heck no.
I'm literally talking about people. I'm talking about people lying. I'm talking about people trying to set your sons up. Yes. I'm talking about people trying to do anything. You don't worry about that.
No, because I know what my son's about. I know what I'm about. So if people come in here and say, "Oh, LaVar's this, LaVar's that," my boy know what I'm about. So you can say what you want. It's always going to be people. It's just like people used to say, I'm big, and they. Oh, LaVar's this, LaVar's that. You can say whatever I am, just don't touch me.
So just to be clear, your attitude is you're marketing your sons. This is what you do. This is how you are. You're not going to make sure they're one of the 70%, which is the number you just threw out there.
Right.
This is what it is, and you're going to be unapologetic about that.
I ain't apologizing about nothing. I don't live that way. I don't have to apologize about nothing because I don't do nothing I regret.
Okay. All right, now let's go to something you should regret.
You know what?
You gonna beat Michael Jordan? You taking one-on-one? Really?
Michael Jordan?
Really? I'm just saying, you would take Michael Jordan
Hey, like I told you,
you know better than that.
No, you know better than that. Chicago.
Gentlemen, neither of you listen. Let's take a timeout.
You take a timeout.
Timeout?
You got some questions.
Who said timeout? I don't know what timeout is.
You're going to learn today. It's
Hey,
TV.
that's what I'm
It's
talking
television.
about. Timeout.
I got some more questions for you. All right, we need to get started.
Oh,
Okay.
Do I get a word in here?
You will. You
Do
will.
I get a word in?
Just getting started here. Also coming up, LaVar, you're sticking around. Appreciate it. And guess what? Even though the shows won't have a live audience, you can come out a meet and greet with Stephen A. Max and I this Friday, March 24th. Now, to find out the location before anyone else, you have to follow our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. Meanwhile, with us now, a face you have become very familiar with. One, LaVar Ball. Stephen A., you were starting to ask about MJ.
Yeah, I got this. You know, listen. I ain't gonna get on that. I'm not gonna be like everybody else and talk about what you did or didn't do when you went college. Forget all of that. Right. What I'm asking you is a simple question. We talk about the GOAT here, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, and you running your mouth talking about you gonna beat him one-on-one. Why would you say something so blasphemous?
In my heyday, he would need help.
Really?
He's too small. His name is big, and y'all like, it was a 5-on-5 game, he good. One-on-one, I'm undefeated, never lost.
Will you stop it?
Never lost one-on-one.
That don't make any sense. Listen,
Ain't nobody beat me in heyday one-on-one.
Why you saying stuff
took
like
you
that?
the distance one-on-one.
That's exactly. You look like you were tired.
Hey, let me ask you this like I tell him.
That's why you smiling right
Did
now.
I win or lose? Did I win or lose?
Right.
All I care about is the W. I don't
You
care
were
how I
tired
get
from
it.
dancing, and you talking about you gonna beat Michael Jordan?
Michael
How you gonna
Jordan.
do that?
How you gonna beat me?
You know what? It's good.
I gotta hear how you gonna beat me.
Pick your poison.
How's he gonna beat me?
Why are you saying stuff like
Tell
this?
me how's he gonna beat me.
Why are you doing this? Why are you?
Tell me.
Is this another marketing tool of yours?
Check this out.
What?
Everybody used to say who's the best, Michael Jordan or
Who did you
LeBron?
think was the best?
They
Who did
said,
you think
who's
was the best?
Kobe or LeBron?
Who did you think was the best?
Guess what the story is now?
Who did you-
Who's better, LaVar or Michael
Ain't
Jordan?
nobody think about no damn LaVar.
Yes, they are.
Look at
Look at
you.
you. Who we talking
Nobody
about?
think about no LaVar.
Me and
LaVar. Are you good? Lonzo, yes. Not LaVar.
Lonzo don't want to see me. I'm too big, too strong. One-on-one,
You know what? I'm gonna
5-on-5, he
move
great.
The blasphemy coming out of your mouth. I'm
You're not ready for this.
You were on record talking about put your son on the Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
And put Steph Curry on UCLA.
Yes.
And your son would explain how
Right
your son
now.
would be better.
You're saying that right now.
Now.
That is-
UCLA wouldn't be where they at. Steph Curry gonna shoot him out the game. He ain't rebounding and passing that ball.
Shoot him out the game?
Shoot him out the
Shoot him
game.
out the game.
Out
Not
the game.
in the game.
Soon
Out
as
the
they double
game.
him up, he gonna lose that ball. He too little. Now you put Lonzo on there with all them athletes and running and gunning. Guess what?
Your son is that much bigger than Steph Curry?
He bigger than Steph. Cause Steph Curry what? 6'2"?
Steph Curry about 6'3".
Okay,
Long
I'll
arms.
let him be 6'4". He's still shorter than my boy. Long arms? Can he jump? Can he run? Not like my boy. Let me tell you something. If you
my
take
God.
Steph Curry,
something is wrong with you.
yes,
sir.
I'll
Doesn't
tell you
make
what's
any
wrong
sense.
with you. I keep talking to you. Max, next.
You go ahead. You go ahead and talk to
I
Max.
gotta talk to Max. This
You
is
go
my
ahead and
guy
talk to
right
Max.
here.
All right, well,
I don't even understand you right now. This is
the
insane.
criticism.
Talk to him, Max.
This is the criticism, actually, that I hear about you when I am defending you.
Yes.
Because I'll say, look, lots of athletes had big mouths, including Muhammad Ali, for example, but he backed it up. And the point is, from Stephen A. and others, yes, but that was Ali. It's not Ali's daddy talking. It's
Right.
not, those are the checks that Ali had. Ali wrote the checks. He had to cash them himself. You're writing checks your boy has to cash.
Oh, no, my boys ain't even got to touch them checks. I'll write them myself. Don't worry.
How? Nobody.
Easy.
What? I'm sorry. Do you play
Who's
for
up
UCLA?
here?
Are you
Me
gonna be
or Lonzo?
playing? Listen, you here, but you
Right.
ain't on the court tomorrow.
I don't have to be on the court.
By the
That's
way,
what I'm
you ain't
saying.
gonna be on the court tomorrow night to help your son either.
You know what?
Okay? You ain't gonna be there to
You
help.
better
him
be
either.
there to help
when he
Kentucky.
when he goes to the
You better be there
NBA
to
next
help
year,
Kentucky.
you ain't gonna be in the NBA court to help
I'll
your
be
son
sitting
either.
in the seat watching.
LaVar, does anyone in the family ever go to you? Anyone?
Go to me and say
Cousin, uncle, one of your boys, wife, anybody, and
Yes.
say, look, I get it. This is the way it's always been, but maybe ease up a little bit.
Oh,
or does any of your boys go to your dad? Come on, man.
Yes.
They do?
Yeah, they come up to me and say, hey, Dad, how's this act? You the greatest of all time. And we gonna follow you if you're wrong.
Do they?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Keep on moving.
It's always that same tune.
See, white folks, they kids can come and say, Dad, you know what? I think I've had a bad day.
Oh, no.
Brothers, wait, how you have a bad day and all you doing is eating and playing ball and studying? You'll never have a bad day till you get out there on your own and bring the rent in or something.
So you've never heard maybe ease up a little bit from anyone in the family?
If they said ease up, they got to go.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I figured you out.
You ain't figured me out.
I figured you out, LaVar. See, LaVar Ball, somewhere along the way, plotted and planned all of this, and you're a marketing whiz. This is what you're doing, because you know good and damn well you have no business mentioning your name in the same breath as Michael Jordan. You know your son at this point ain't on Steph Curry's level. You know too much about basketball.
Why are you not on his level? You said so?
Not yet.
You want them to play one-on-one?
Excuse me? Let me ask you a question. Would your son get money playing one-on-one? No, he's going to play 5-on-5.
Exactly.
So we're talking about him. All right, then. So if you're talking about 5-on-5, and you're talking about marketing your son and making money because your son is so great, then I don't want to hear one-on-one coming out of your mouth.
I should bag up and let everybody else make the money off my son, and when they finish, give them back to me.
I'm not mad at that.
I'll tell you what.
I'm not mad about that.
Ain't nobody going to make what I'm the one who made Lonzo. You know why? Because I picked a beautiful wife to make him. Had it all planned out from day one.
Well, I can't argue
You
that.
can't argue.
I mean,
them are my boys.
I'm not going to argue that. But at the same time, you're not concerned that, again, forget this off-court stuff now, because I already brought that up. That's far more serious, and I appreciate your answers with that. But on the basketball court, on a lighter level, you have put a spotlight on your sons.
He put his own spotlight on him.
No. He's a bad boy. But the point is that he's a bad boy. There's no question. But Daddy elevating him the way that you do. You cutting checks, your son's going to have to cash his max.
Cutting no checks. Y'all the one trying to cash these checks.
LaVar, does it ever seem to you like everyone's outraged by a lot of people who kind of aren't in on it with you, are outraged by what you're doing, but are you outraged at all like by the reaction to this in the sense that here you are, you raise your family a certain way with certain plans, let everyone raise their kids the way they do, I'll raise my kids, and we'll see how it all shakes out. And now that it's shaking out, everyone's shaking their finger at you. Now you have to start doing things differently.
Yes.
Does that outrage you at all?
Outrage me no, not at one point. I'm going to get me some donuts after this. I'm going to take me a hell of a nap. It ain't going to bother me at all.
Sounds like a good life to me.
Yes.
LaVar, we're out here in L.A. What impact would Lonzo have on the Lakers? Because they clearly need some help.
Man, Lonzo had that same impact Magic had.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do.
You know why I say that?
It was Jordan, and then it was Barkley, and then it was Curry, and now it's Magic. Now it's Magic.
You from the East Coast, you don't want that.
Anybody else want to know about that?
Stephen A., Magic is running the Lakers, and if Lonzo is available, you better believe he's going to pick him.
That's not the point, Max. Don't change the narrative. This man just opened his mouth. And with these sorry Lakers that we've been subjected to watching in recent memory, this man said, get Lonzo Ball and watch. It's going to be the same as Magic. This is what you said on national television.
Twice. It'll be better than that.
Tell the truth.
How's that?
Let me ask you a question.
Ask me two questions.
Let me ask you a question. If that's the case, LaVar, when you talk about this money that you're going to get for your sons, why is everything about it being up front as opposed to your sons getting on the court and showing everybody they're going to be worth $1 billion?
Hey, who cares, man? Everybody want to be a millionaire.
I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about your kid. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. You want the money up front. You want the money up front.
right here.
You want the money up front.
It's going to cost them more.
You want the money up front. Because you don't know.
You know why? Because we ain't running the same route everybody else. I'm about to shake some heads right here, boy. We're going to set a ripple effect. Trust and believe that. When it all happens, I know what you're going to say, Stephen A. I'm going to invite you to the house and make you some pancakes with strawberries, and you're going to say, this is the best cook I've ever seen in my life.
I'll take that up.
I know you will.
I'll show up for the pancakes with strawberries.
I
know, but
you know why you there?
With strawberries.
All you're going to hear is one song.
I will do that.
I don't know how LaVar did this.
Oh, Lord.
But he is the greatest. It's going to be beautiful. Trust me.
I think you met your match, Stephen A.
I don't have anything to say. I mean,
we better hope that.
Well, first of all,
we better hope he's as good as Magic, because then we get this act for the next 15 years.
Well, first of all, I'm not rooting against his sons. That's number one. Yep. Number two, I do appreciate the job that you have done as a black man with your children, and I thank you for that. Third, and more importantly, I really, really hope that they're everything you say they are. I'm concerned that your mouth might get in their way, though. I'm concerned.
I'm concerned. All that. Because check this out. While my son is over there whooping that tail, all y'all worried about what the big baller gonna say next.
No, we ain't gonna worry about that.
Oh, yes, you are.
If your son's backing it up, we don't have to worry about it.
I don't care about him backing it up. He ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody around here. He proving it to himself. Like I always told him, don't play for me, your mama, or anybody around you. If you want to be the best player ever,
really,
do it for you.
I got a question.
You told them don't worry
Since it
about
was
you.
babies.
Stop. You told them don't worry about you.
Since they was
You told them
babies.
don't worry about you.
Don't worry about
now,
me.
ignore Daddy, LaVar?
Yes.
Really?
They
You're
not
lying.
ignoring me.
You're lying. You know good and
I
well
lead
they have to
them.
worry
I don't
about you
push them.
all the time.
I lead them. All they got to do is listen.
You ain't push him. You just let
He
him.
leads
Never
by
push him. That's
example.
resistance.
Whatever.
I lead. Follow.
I'm scared of what would have
He
happened
is
to them if they didn't play
perfectly
basketball
consistent.
based on
His
what you're
philosophy
talking.
is perfectly
Oh,
consistent.
stop it.
You might disagree
I
with him,
got a
but it's
question.
Ask me a
consistent.
question.
Oh, this
Can
is
y'all
loud.
be quiet so I can hear this lady talk?
Thank you.
Now he running the show.
Now, look, he
You,
wanna get
you
my show.
mentioned Magic Johnson, but
Yes.
who do you really compare Lonzo to as a player, if anybody in the league right now, in terms of his game?
Nobody. Because Lonzo takes a little bit of everybody. Like I told him.
Or even who
way
does he take a
before.
little bit of?
I said, Lonzo was magic with a jump shot. What I mean by that is everybody wants to play with him.
Mm-hmm.
The winning, the running, the long passes. Because, they try to compare him to Jason Kidd. But if you look at it, he's more like Penny Hardaway.
Mm-hmm.
Size, length, style. But
That's not the greatest example in the world.
Yeah,
Penny in his
I
prime.
love Penny.
Penny in his prime was a bad boy.
Wait a minute. Penny's skill set was big time.
Right.
But Penny in big moments against the monsters
We never
of the
said
game.
about big moments, though.
Well, that's what you're talking about.
He's got a big moment tomorrow.
Hey,
you talking
big
about something
moment.
other
It's
than
the same moment for him all the time. Like I told
I thought
Zoe
LaVar
and
Ball
all my
talks about
boys,
big moments
this
always.
is entertainment. That's all basketball is. Instead of going to the movies, guess what? Go watch the ball boys play.
Damn it, you worked. You
Tomorrow.
worked. You worked.
In Memphis,
you worked.
but you
I
won't
will
be
not
there.
miss Lonzo
What?
Ball. I will
Don't
be
tell
watching him
nobody.
tomorrow night.
Okay.
Ooh.
I like him more now than I did before he
let me
showed
tell
up
you
on the set.
something.
I already liked him.
He better show up tomorrow night. Don't let me. I'm gonna be looking for you.
You won't have to look for me.
You
I'll
better
find
show up tomorrow night. That's all I'm gonna
I'll
say.
find you.
Ooh.
I have to go on the East Coast and look for you because they know who you are.
All right. Okay. I know they know me.
Yes.
I know they know me. All right. Okay.
Hey, you know what LA stand for, right?
What?
LaVar's awesome.
Oh, gosh.
Now you know where you're at.
Not Lonzo
Lonzo's
or LaMelo?
Yeah, all of
How did you get away with all those names, by the way?
Oh
How'd you
man,
get them
because
past your wife?
I love those L's. But see when you're in a neighborhood of Chino Hills and you mixed, it's easier for me to pick them up from school. When you find out, say, hey, that boy's name is LaMelo. Ain't no white kid's name LaMelo. Or
I got it,
Lonzo or
man.
D'Angelo.
I got it. We gotta go.
We gotta go, but I'm coming back to you.
I'm
Well,
not
if your
hard to
name is
find.
LaMelo, you better ball.
I'm not
You
hard to
better ball.
find.
Yes.
Give it up for LaVar Ball. We appreciate it. Looking forward to that game tomorrow.